Our first reading this morning comes from Rabbi Harold Kushner, author of quite a number of books, and this one entitled, When All You've Ever Wanted Wasn't Enough. And Rabbi Kushner writes, "The Bible shows us two contrasting faces of God. Sometimes he is a commanding God, a God of power. And sometimes he is a tender God, a God of love and relationship, visiting the sick, offering hope to the enslaved." Now we read those stories and we are understandably confused because, well, aren't love and power incompatible? You can love someone and you can give him the room and the right to be himself, or you can try to control him, to make him do your will, whether for his own good or for the enhancement of your own ego. But you cannot do both of these things at the same time. And sometimes God's power in the Bible seems to get in the way of his love. If we obey God because we are afraid of him, because we do not want to offend him, because we are so overwhelmed by his might that we do not dare challenge him, then God has our obedience. But does he have our love? In order to love and to be loved, God has to give us room to choose, to become ourselves. He cannot monopolize all of the power and leave none for us. The covenant between God and humanity has to be more than a matter of the Almighty simply laying down the law. It has to be an agreement freely entered into between two free agents. And if we see ourselves as fashioned in the image of God, and if we understand the image of God in us to represent that which we will be like when we become fully human, then we have to ask ourselves, which image of God shall we aspire to? The lonely image of the God of power, or the loving God of relationship? I would like to believe that in the earliest stages of fashioning the Bible and the culture out of which it sprang, the Israelites pictured God in the image of those Near Eastern despots of the world that they knew so well. And that image is never totally forgotten or erased, but eventually it is overshadowed in the Bible by an image of God who shares with us the task of building a humane world on the foundation of people caring for each other, even as he cares for us. And so we too must go through the same evolutionary process that our ancestors went through, from worshiping power and success to idealizing helpfulness and cultivating caring relationships. My own teacher, Rabbi Kushner says, Abraham Joshua Heschel, used to say, "When I was young, I admired clever people, and now that I am old, I admire kind people."